computers over here. I'm sorry.
All right.
All right,
That's fine.
guys, welcome, welcome back to No Filter MMA, guys. I told you guys that we have a huge guest coming in tonight to talk some MMA topics with us, and that is none other than Leah NIDAS Letson. Show Leah some love, guys, because she is in the building. Let's talk, Leah. What's been going on with Leah lately since you've been back?
Um, like I said, I've been training like crazy. I've been training like 5 times a day. Between like strength and conditioning and private lessons with my coaches, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. It's been pretty crazy busy with training.
Yeah, I see, man. You like I said before, you definitely keep us updated on your social media. Um, and it's good to see you training, man. It's definitely good to see you training. We know there's been some rumors swirling that you got a fight coming up. Of course, we know, guys. Listen, y'all. I have put in the work. I have tried my hardest to get Leah to let me know what she's got planned. But tell her why you can't tell us. Tell everybody why you can't tell me, Leah.
I can't tell you because it's not public information yet. So unfortunately, I can't say anything about what I got coming up, but I do have pretty big news. As soon as the UFC and stuff lets me release it, I'll let you guys know. But I can't say anything right now. I'm sorry.
Right. Say that one more time.
I can't say anything right now, but as soon as the UFC lets me, I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys updated. But right now, I can't tell you because it's not public information yet. So,
Oh man. I listen,
top
Leah.
secret.
Ever since the first time you told me that, it's been like fantasy matchups have just been, you know what I'm saying? That's all I can visualize in my head is like, who does the UFC have Leah paired up to fight? Like I'm dying, like I'm literally dying because there's a lot going on right now. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like with these divisions and these people, people who are losing, who are not expected to lose, and people, you know what I'm saying? Like things are just it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And some fresh new talent, I think, is either division that because you fight in two divisions, so either division that you go in, you know what I'm saying? They need some fresh, young, new talent coming in. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a lot of some especially in the bantamweight division, some of these girls are like aging. You know what I'm saying? You got
yeah.
Kat Zingano and Marion Renault coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's two older fighters. You know what I'm saying? So there definitely is definitely some room for some fresh young girls to come in. So training 5 times a day, that's got to be rough, ain't it?
Yeah. But I mean, I feel awesome. My cardio is the best it's ever been. I'm in the best shape of
Mm-hmm.
my life, and I'm definitely ready for a fight. So I'm super excited to get back in the cage and show everyone all the stuff I've been working on. I can't wait. A year and a half, I'm dying to get back in the cage.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm definitely sure. Because I've spoke with a couple other fighters and they who have experienced long layoffs and long wait times between fights, and they say it's definitely not the not what you want when this is something that you live and breathe. But anyways, a lot of stuff going on in the MMA world right now, especially in the UFC. And I want to touch on a couple things, and it's like I was thinking earlier. It's one thing to speculate. You know what I'm saying? Like speculate what's going on, and give your thoughts of what you think and um, stuff like that. When you're not in that world, but that's why we got Leah Letson on here tonight, guys. Leah Letson is going to give us a fighter's perspective of the things that us fans, what I'm saying, contemplate all the time. So that's why I brought Leah on with us, guys. But first thing I wanted to talk about, Leah, was what did you think about Holly versus Megan? I know you watched the
I
fight.
knew you
I know
would
you
ask
definitely
me
watched
that.
that
I
fight.
knew you were gonna ask me that.
You know, you know I had to. I had to. Give
Um,
us your thoughts on that.
well, I was right. I had a feeling that Holly was gonna win. Just because she's got more experience, and um, I honestly was surprised at Holly's method, like taking her down. I think it
Yeah.
was a smart way to play that fight, but I was
Hmm.
surprised that how he actually did go for the takedowns and the grappling exchanges and stuff. I thought it was gonna be more of a stand up battle than it
I
was.
did too. I
So I
honestly
was
did
pleasantly
too.
surprised. Um, but
But
honestly,
but
I'm not
go ahead.
impressed by either of them. I'm just saying,
Woo! 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 I'm
I'd
sorry.
fight either of them.
Okay, okay. And that was gonna be
Yeah,
the next thing that I was gonna say. The next thing I was gonna say was, that throws you right into that, because it's a big void in the featherweight division right now, and that throws you right in there. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
when people, I've watched a few podcasts, I've read a few articles, when I can fit in. I work so much, but you reading articles and they're talking about, these who besides the tough, we got the tough competition going on. Besides that, those talented women. Nothing against those talented women, but they're talking about who could really be, coming in that could really fill in the gaps in this featherweight division. And it's always Leah Letson. Everyone always says Leah Letson. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so that throws you right into that picture. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, that's give me your thoughts on that. With you being thrown up in that.
I I'm pretty happy with the fact that I got signed because, like you said, there's not very many people there. So like, I win one fight and I have title fight, and I think that puts me in like the spotlight right away. It's pretty crazy my path into the UFC, and then just getting like a big name fight like Megan Anderson or Holly Holm like right away would be amazing. Like I would
Right.
be instantly right on track for a title shot if I won that. Um, so I
Woo,
mean,
woo, woo.
I'm just saying.
You
I'm just
heard it.
saying.
You
If
heard
I
it here. You
win,
heard it here
like I could.
first.
I'm
You
just
heard it
saying.
here
It's
first.
pretty cool. It's pretty cool that I'm in a weight class that doesn't really have a lot of people. So I mean, a lot of like welterweight men fighters. I mean, they have to fight so many times in the UFC just to get into the top 15. And
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, like I can go jump right in to like the top fighters in the world basically at my weight class. So
and
it's
and
pretty
it's
cool.
like and another thing with that is if they were to throw you into that division, it's not you're a hard hitter. You're not a. I mean, you got your. I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody, but you got your Jana Kunis who they threw in there. And nothing against Jana, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
you're a different breed of animal than Jana Kuniskaya. You know what I'm saying? So that really would put you, when someone says, it's offered the Leah Letson fight, whoever this person is that you're fighting, I'm pretty sure they were like, okay, especially when they go back and watch your footage. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm pretty sure they're like, all right, so this girl is like, this is not your average girl. So that's what makes this whole thing exciting. Is the up and coming talent that's coming into the UFC, especially with NWMMA. So tell me what you think about Tough. I know you've seen the Cyborgs videos of the women that were there. What do you think about that
Right.
level of competition?
Um, I'm pretty excited because I saw the people that tried out for it, and I scouted all of them. Because they're my potential future competition, and I feel pretty confident with any of them. If all of them make it, if all of them got signed, I feel confident fighting all of them. So, um,
Woo, woo. I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps.
I mean, I'm pretty excited for this upcoming season of The Ultimate Fighter. I think it'll be good to get some more fighters in the featherweight division and just see what what other talent there is coming up in my weight class. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a big thing. Um, I interviewed Pam Sorenson, and she also said the same thing. She said she's ready to see the division flourish. Because you know, Cyborg is being such a dominant champion, and they're pairing her up against a lot of bantamweights. Like and Yana's a big girl. Yana Kunitskaya is a big girl, but she isn't a featherweight. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when she got hit, you know what I'm saying, it was like you know what I'm saying? Like I've never been hit like that before. So when you put girls in there, especially this new wave of girls, put some of those girls in there. Maybe they can handle the power a little bit better. That's another thing too. Is how good an actual featherweight like you or Megan Anderson or Cindy Dandois, anyone, how they could handle that type of power. That plays into it a lot.
Right.
So, so my question leads me to, um, if you were matched up with someone like, if they did throw you in there with someone like a cyborg, what would have been your thought process if it was you not Jana Kunis?
First of all, I think that girls who fight Cyborg respect her power too much. Like they're scared of her before they even go in there, so they're already mentally beaten before they even step in the ring. I honestly, I know Cyborg can hit hard. I've been hit hard. I train with heavyweight men all the time, so I don't think she can throw anything harder than they can at me. So, I mean, if I can handle that, I think I can handle her power. And I'm not gonna let her intimidate me like she intimidates other girls. So that's first thing.
Y'all. This must be these 5 a days that Leah's got going on, y'all. I'm telling you, but Leah Letson is fired up. Do y'all hear this? I'm telling you, like y'all, do y'all really hear this? Leah Letson is fired up. Like last time we spoke to Leah Letson, she was very calm. She was very quiet. But now we got NIDAS coming out. Okay, I like NIDAS. I like NIDAS.
You know what it is?
I'm just
It's the fact that I haven't fought in so long and that I'm so ready for a fight again. So that's what's coming out right now. But
yeah.
no, back to what I was saying. Like mentally, that's like the biggest thing. If you're mentally beaten before you even step in the ring, you're not gonna win.
Right.
And that's the first and foremost is to have the right mindset going in there fighting someone like her. Second,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
she's big and strong, but she doesn't have the speed that I have, or the cardio and endurance and stuff that I have. I think if I made her basically chase me for the first 3 rounds, I think she'd be gassed. I mean, she's got a lot of muscle, and that takes a lot of gas tank to power that muscle. And I don't think
Yeah.
she could last into the championship rounds with me. My cardio is good. My speed is way faster than hers, and I feel like with my speed and cardio advantage, like I could take it to the championship rounds and I could
Woo.
win. So,
Woo wee. Okay. 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 All right. So I mean, okay. So that leads me to what had happened a few months ago before Yana got the fight with Cyborg. You were actually the rumors were swirling that you were supposed to have been fighting Yana Kunitskaya. What was? How did you? And Yana's like she's a stand up fighter. She has really good kicks. Um, she's decent on the ground. She has good grappling. She definitely when she submitted Tanya Evanger, that was impressive.
yeah.
But tell me how you were training to fight Yana Kunitskaya.
Um, Honestly, she's a good striker, and I'm a good striker, so I was prepared for like a stand up battle with her. Um, I was working on like creating angles and just controlling the distance and working on my speed and power and basically just going with my normal game plan. There wasn't anything specific to Yana that I felt like I needed to work on. She has holes in her game. I might still fight her one day, so I can't give you all my secrets to that.
Right,
But
right.
I mean, I think it would have been a really good stand-up fight. I think it would have been very entertaining for the
Yeah,
crowd.
that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking too. That's
Yeah,
exactly
I
what I
was
was
I was
thinking.
disappointed that that didn't happen, but I mean, it could happen again in the future. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm
Well,
ready.
actually, these fantasy matchups that I told you I was having all week since you told me this,
Yeah,
Yana Kunitskaya was. I was like, they're gonna make the Yana Kunitskaya Leah Letson fight, but you can't tell us yay or nay, so it is what it is. You guys just be ready because Leah Letson, UFC bantamweights, featherweights, be ready because she is coming. Now, I know you also fight at you also fight at bantamweight. So, if they were to ask you to fight at bantamweight, how would you feel? Because I mean, bantamweight used to be really a really deep division when you had, the Rousey, when you had Tate, when you had
Yeah.
those girls, that was a deep, deep division. You had Home, you had, Nunes is still the champion, all that. You had all these fighters. How do you feel you would come up against the Lena Landsbergs, the Aspen Lads, the Sarah Morris, those type fighters? How would you feel you would come up against those lower ranked fighters?
Honestly, I feel really, really good against them because I've been scouting all of them too, just staying ready. I mean, I've been signed to the UFC since January and kind of been waiting
Mm-hmm.
on a fight. So I was looking at the lower level fighters that they might match me with. So I've been scouting pretty much all of them, and I feel really confident with the matchup against any of the lower level fighters, even the higher level fighters, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
um, Aspen Ladd, she's good, but she's very plotty, and I think my movement would make a good fight against her. I don't
Yeah.
think
Oh
that she
yeah.
would be able to keep up with my pace and my movement. And um,
Yeah.
the thing about
Absolutely.
bantamweight is now that I've been training um, super hard and doing all my strength stuff for featherweight, that if I went down to bantamweight, my power would be
Oh yeah.
even more
Oh
like
yeah.
against the bantamweight fighters. So I feel
Hmm.
really, really good against that.
Yeah, I agree. I was just getting ready to say, you training, you training as hard as you are and fighting at featherweight. If you was to go down to bantamweight, how would that power have translated? And you definitely answered that question for me. Um, but I want to talk about, like I said, outside of tough, we know the girls that are going into tough. Some of the girls that are not in tough, that are in like Invicta. Some of the top girls, like Latoya Walker, Daria Imbragimova, Charmaine Tweed. Those girls in featherweight. Hopefully, some of those girls will come over as well. Is that what you're hoping to see, or are you hoping to see those girls come as well?
Um, yeah, I mean, I want them to develop the division as much as they possibly can. So whoever they can get to come over to in the featherweight division, I'll be happy with. Like I said, I did a scouting report on pretty much all the girls that tried out for tough. I didn't ones that are in Invicta that didn't go to the Ultimate Fighter,
Hmm.
but the more the merrier. Honestly, I really want them to develop this weight class a little bit more for the women, and just because I want more featherweight talent to give Cyborg more of a challenge because I feel like they just
Right.
keep giving her like
Easy pickings.
135ers, and that's not
Yeah.
it's not really a good matchup, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And when they showed that when Cyborg showed that video of the girls that showed out and I seen Elizabeth Phillips, I was like, ooh, like Liz Phillips, Leah Letson rematch in the UFC. Ooh, that would have been crazy.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
crazy. She would yeah, I'm pretty sure she wants to avenge that loss.
I'm sure she does. I'm sure
the
she does.
I'm sure. Okay, so what do you think? What's your thoughts on Kat Zingano versus Marion Renault? Do you feel like
Um,
it's like? Do you feel like Kat can? Because Marion Renault, the momentum is behind Marion Renault right now.
right.
And with if Kat was to get a win over Marion Renault, that would put Kat back into the question. Not yet for
Right.
title contention, but it would legitimize the fact that like Kat would prove that she's still here with a win over Marion Renault. But
Right. Yeah.
it to me it doesn't feel I don't feel like Marion Renault gains a whole lot from winning from beating Kat Zingano, but I feel like Kat Zingano has so much more to gain than Marion Renault
Oh,
does.
yeah.
What
I
what yeah,
agree.
what's your thoughts?
I agree with that because Kat's lost the last couple fights, and so
Mm,
Marion doesn't really have that much to gain from beating her, other than like people know who Kat is, and like she's kind of I put her in the category like the first generation of women UFC fighters. Like
Yeah, most
she's
definitely.
she's one of the originals, you know. So I have like a lot of respect for her. I've trained with her,
Yeah,
and
you told
you
me
know
that.
I'm always rooting for her because she's like a super nice person. And when I went out to Alliance like 2 years ago, I think, I trained with her, and she made sure she was my training partner every day, and she like helped me out a ton. So I'm rooting for her always.
Absolutely, absolutely,
I really, really
absolutely.
want her to win. She has a ton to gain from this because, like I said, she's lost her last few fights, and I would love to see her get back out there, get a win, and get some momentum behind her again.
Well, and that's the thing about Kat. I, Me personally, I feel that Kat, there's a lot left in Kat. You know, if Marion Renault can be the age that, and not picking on Marion Renault, but Charmaine Tweet's still doing it.
Yeah,
Holly's still doing it. Marion Renault's still doing it. Lena Landsberg's still doing it, and those girls still, Holly has momentum right now with a win over Megan Anderson. Marion Renault has a win right now with the win over Sarah. I mean, she has momentum with the win over Sarah McMahon right now. So if they can keep momentum at their age, Kat's a little younger. Kat's like 36. I believe Kat can keep some. I think Kat's not finished yet. A lot of people are throwing
right,
that retirement word around. Kat needs to retire. Kat needs to retire. I don't think Kat needs to retire yet. I think Kat can. Kat's not giving up.
right.
Kat took a few losses. Kat took a few losses, and she's still fighting. People and some people give up after they take a couple of losses. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
some people give up after taking losses, but I'm definitely rooting for Kat as well. But next up, this is something else I wanted to talk about. It looks like some rumors are talking about maybe Miesha Tate making a return to the UFC. She's looking to be in shape. She's training. She was training at 9 months pregnant. What would you think about a Miesha Tate return to the UFC? I
Honestly,
mean, Miesha's only like 31.
yeah, that's crazy. Like I don't know. I just think of her as like older because she's been in the UFC for so long. So like,
Right?
wow. I mean, she could if she's still got years left in her if she wants to. She could definitely make that return if she wants to. But I think she would have to evolve a
Yeah.
little bit more. Her striking has to evolve. Like I said, the second generation of female fighters are now taking over the UFC, and I think that if Miesha wants to stay in the UFC and stay competitive in the UFC, I think she has to work on her striking a lot more. Because in the past, she's just been like a scrappy striker that can wrestle. And
Right. Right.
I think she's got to evolve a lot more if she wants to stay competitive with these next generation of female fighters.
Because that was at that time, that was that level of competition. Like
Right.
me and a couple guys was having a conversation about this the other day. People somebody had brought up the Nunes Tate fight, and the thing I was talking about that was, you know, it's a new that first generation, Kat, Ronda, Betch Kohea, Jessica I, that first generation that came into the UFC, uh, they weren't top level competition. You know what I'm saying? Like they were good girls. Don't get me wrong. They were very entertaining fights.
At the
But
time,
now you got your
but
go
like
ahead.
now, yeah, like you're saying, like now you have to evolve because the next generation has evolved, and if you don't even going to be able to beat the next generation, and even the generation that comes after me is going to be even better because they've been training for even longer, and like the sport's relatively new in terms of like sports history. So
Hmm.
I mean, go back like 10 years ago even, and like the way people fight now is nowhere near like what they used
Nowhere.
to like. So yeah, you got to
Nowhere
keep
near.
evolving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, we've definitely seen some evolution in NIDAS, most definitely. A whole new NIDAS, a whole new NIDAS. So, all right. So this is also some big news, Leah. And you don't usually. One thing I noticed about you, Leah, is you don't like to get into the whole Megan Anderson likes to talk a lot, like on social media. She likes to throw her 2 cents in, and she's okay with having a Twitter battle with somebody. You just don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And that lets me know where your head is compared to other people who engage in those type situations. What is
Right.
this? What is this? Where is this drive coming from? This hunger that's coming. Where's it coming from?
Right now, it's coming from the fact that I've been training so freaking hard for the last, well, since I got back from deployment, honestly. So it's been like I got back, and I'm dying to show my new skills in the cage, and I'm just dying to get back in the cage. I mean, this is what I do. Like, I'm a fighter, and I haven't gotten to fight in like a year and a half because of deployment and military reasons. And I mean, I don't regret it at all. But like, I'm more than ready to get back in the cage. So,
Hmm.
I I'm dying to show you guys the new and improved Leonidas.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what you think about this Nico Montano situation? What do you think about Valentina Etherin Nico Montano to sign the contract and get the fight over with?
um, oh, you cut out there for a second. Can you repeat that question?
Oh, I was saying, what do you think about Valentina Etherin Nico Montano and doing engaging in the social media war to try to push Nico out of hiding? What do you think about that whole situation?
Uh, I don't know. Like you said before, I'm not much for the social media battle, and I'm not really into the back and forth, like arguing and like getting. I mean, it works. It gets people engaged. It gets people like listening and wanting to see the fighters and stuff. But it's not really my style. It's not my thing. I don't really like the trash talking or arguing back and forth on social media. I don't. It's not my thing. But I mean, if it's a way to sell, it's a way to sell fights, and it's a way to get people either behind you or hating you. Either way, they're watching you fight. So I guess it's a way to gain followers.
Yeah, yeah. So let me get some predictions from Leonidas, guys. I mean,
Oh
we
god,
got some
I'm
important fights
terrible at
coming up.
predictions.
We got. I mean, because we can, like I said, guys, from a fan's perspective, we can make we can make predictions based on what we see. You know what I'm saying? Because we see this stuff happen.
Yeah.
Leah does this stuff. So it's when we get her knowledge. She says she's not good at predictions, but we know that Leah sees. When she watches a fight, she watches it with different eyes than we watch it with. So you guys have to understand what I'm saying. So do you think Valentina beats Nico Montano?
Yes, honestly, I think she's got. I just think she's a better fighter. She's got better skills, better striking. I don't know. I hate saying that because now I could be wrong. I mean, don't
It's all
place
good.
don't place your bets based on what I say. I'll just say that.
It's all good. It's all good. That's why we ask you. It's all fun. What do you think? Who do you think wins, DC or Stipe? That's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
go with Stipe, I think. I don't know. I've never been a huge DC fan, so I guess I'm a little biased. I guess I want Stipe to win, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I think Stipe's gonna win though.
It's crazy, man, to see Daniel Cormier go back to heavyweight because we haven't seen Daniel Cormier heavyweight since Strikeforce, and you know how long ago
Like,
Strikeforce was.
yeah.
So and Stipe, people sleep on Stipe. People, especially when he was going into the Francis Ngannou fight, people just automatically knew that Stipe was going to get knocked out. But Stipe, he doesn't fail to deliver. And
Right.
he's very like laser focused. Um, he's a very calm guy. That's a good matchup. What do you think about the current season of Tough right now?
Um, Honestly, I haven't been able to watch very much of it. I've seen like a few
Mm.
episodes, but like I said, I've been busy training like 5 times a day, so I have not had any time to really watch TV. Like I come back, I shower, I eat, and then I just basically sleep. Like I don't have time to watch TV very much
I bet you.
anymore.
I bet,
So
but I bet you. I bet you. I bet you money you'll be watching next season of Tough though.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
I definitely bet money you'll be watching next season. So Leah, you coming in? You coming into the UFC? Um, you I don't know who you're fighting, but your record's 4-1. You've had 5 professional fights. Is that right?
Yep, that's correct.
You've only lost once. And you may be fighting someone with a lot more experience than you have. Uh, and I know you don't get intimidated, but what's the real thoughts that you think when, let's say, you're going against someone with 15 or 20 professional fights? Do you just say, I'm going to stick to my game plan, I know what I can do, or do you kind of mold what you do around what they do?
I mostly I mostly let my coaches deal with what they think the game plan should be, but I don't try to game plan that much. I'm not much of a game plan person because honestly, it never goes according to plan. So I like to be ready for pretty much anything and anywhere the fight goes. So I'm not a huge game planner, but the
Hmm.
good thing about fighting someone with that much experience is there's a ton of film on them and they have habits and you can watch that um, their tendencies and their habits and stuff. So
Hmm.
it's actually probably easier for me to get an understanding of what's probably going to happen in the fight if they have a ton of
Right.
experience versus if I fight someone with like not very much experience like myself. There's only a few fights to watch and you never know if they've like added tools to their toolbox and stuff, but
Hmm.
at like having 10 to 15 fights, you pretty much know what kind of fighter they are at that point.
Right. Right. Well, see, and it's crazy, leading from that last question into this question is, this statement is, you make adjustments like mid-fight. Like you're really good at adjusting
Yeah.
to what your opponent is doing, like habits, like you just said. Because when you fought Liz Phillips, she was dropping to one side. She was leaning her head to one side, and you caught onto that. Like you caught
Yep.
onto that quick,
Hmm.
and so are you reading? Do you constantly read what the other person is doing based on like film and other things that you've already watched? And like mid fight with all this adrenaline and all these, you're probably not thinking coherent thoughts and sentences. You know what I'm saying? Your mind is racing 1,000 miles a minute. Are you just constantly reading what they're doing?
Yeah, so when I'm in the fight, I'm not really worried about what I've seen on film. You know, at that point, I'm thinking about what's in front of me right now and what they're giving
Right.
me and what my options are. And yeah, I'm constantly reading my opponent, and that's what smart fighters do. I think. I mean, because anyone can get in the cage and bang, but like if you want to be a champion, you have to be able to read what they're giving you.
Okay.
So that, I mean, you
Right.
can't force things. So. I mean, I think the best fighters in the world are the ones that can read what their opponent's giving them, and so that's what I try to do all the time.
Because you caught Liz with that head kick, and that sent her into orbit, man. I'm telling you, like, I love Elizabeth Phillips. Elizabeth Phillips, listen, if you ever watch this show, I hope you come on my show. Like I really do. Like I would be more than happy to interview you.
Personally,
Say what?
I said I don't have anything against her personally. I think she's probably
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, but she knocked you in orbit. I mean, I gotta tell you, she knocked you in orbit. Um, so there's a lot of hype around Kayla Harrison right now, um, which she's a Olympic judo
mhm,
gold medalist. She's
mhm.
competed multiple times in the Olympics. She won her UFC debut. She's a big girl, could possibly be fighting in your division. What do you think about what do you think about, for one, about her coming in, and what you think she would bring, and two, about the media twisting her words to say something else to try to throw her in the lion's den with Cyborg. Tell me what you think about that whole situation, because that was wild.
Honestly, I don't know much about what the media said. I haven't really followed her that much, I guess, so I don't know what happened there. But I can tell you what I think. Like, with people that come in as an expert in one martial art, I think it's awesome that they're really good in that one martial art. But the thing
Right.
is this is mixed martial arts, right? So a lot of times people are super strong with one martial art, but if they can't get that to work in a fight because punches and kicks and knees are being thrown, I think that those people struggle a lot because they can't execute the one thing that they're good at. And so I think that it's really important to be well rounded. And um, I'm sure with time she'll become more well rounded, but like just having one accolade in judo, I think she's got to work on all the other aspects of
Mm-hmm.
MMA, not just
Right.
the judo aspect. So, yeah.
It's kind of like a Damian Maya in a way. Like Damian Maya is really, really good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Like he's probably the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner to probably ever walk into the UFC.
Right.
But if someone neutralizes his takedowns and neutralizes his BJJ, like he's like a fish out of water. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he gets beat. And it
Yeah.
kind of reminds me as well of like a Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Like Joanna is she's a stand-up fighter. You know, she's a great
Right.
fighter, but she's a stand-up fighter with really good takedown defense. So you know, I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. But we're gonna drop down to the strawweight division, and
Okay.
a lot of stuff talking about. A lot of people talking about. You know, Rose Namajunas, of course, is injured, and then you have Karolina Kowalkiewicz and Jessica Andrade coming up. But what do you think about Mackenzie Dern? You know, look, Mackenzie Dern missed weight, and I know that makes a lot of people mad, but she puts on a good fight. What do you think?
She missed weight by a lot, though. Like, it's not just like
She
a couple pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. That's. I mean, that's. She was almost in the next weight class. That's how much she was missed weight by, and so that's a little bit different, I think. Um, which is fine if you want to fight at 125, but don't call yourself a strawweight then. I mean, but I think she's got a lot of hype behind her, but I think if she went against anyone that's like very good at stand up and
Mhm.
doesn't let themselves get taken down, I don't think she would. I don't think she would do well against them. I think in her case, the style makes the fight, and I think that she's been able to go against people that are subpar with striking, maybe not necessarily subpar, but like they aren't the best strikers in that
Right,
division. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I think that she's got a little bit too much hype built up on her. And don't get me wrong, she's great at jujitsu. She's great,
Mhm.
but as far as MMA goes, I think if she went against someone with decent striking, with excellent takedown defense, I don't think she would. I don't think she'd last.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, if Mackenzie Dern goes against someone like, you know, like a Karolina Kowalkiewicz, even,
Yeah.
you know, someone like a Felice or like you know, Felice Herrig is a little robotic with her striking, but like someone who's as fluid as Karolina Kowalkiewicz, um, because Amanda Bobby Cooper just allowed Mackenzie Dern to throw that bomb. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, and she landed that bomb, and that was a
Right.
bomb. That was a serious overhand right.
Yeah.
You know, and a technical striker, somebody like Young Jacek or Kowalkiewicz, or even Rose Namajunas, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, yeah, they would be more apt to look out for. They would read that overhand right coming, and they
Right.
wouldn't be there for it. So, Mackenzie Dern is also someone who definitely would have to evolve um, in order to face that higher level of competition. See, man, y'all. We are getting this inside fighter perspective views of these topics that we just can speculate about. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. Like we got this. We got to get Leah. We had to get her talking. We had to get her talking. So one more thing, couple more things. How long do you think until you see yourself either fighting for a belt or with the belt? That's just the quick. Like,
Oh,
what do you
man.
think?
Um, I guess it's hard to say because I guess I'd say I'd want to see how the next 6 months plays out with what I've got coming up. But a year, I'll say a year from now.
Woo! Man, if you're not in here right now watching and listening to Leah Letson, then you're not where you need to be. I'm telling you, y'all need to be catching this. This is important information. She is letting y'all know that she's not playing any games. They better be on the lookout. They really should be on the lookout because NIDAS
They
is
should.
coming.
Yeah.
NIDAS is definitely coming. So Leah, what do you do for fun? There's got to be some kind of fun in there somewhere. I mean, you got to be doing something that you enjoy. I see you shooting. You like to shoot?
I do like shooting. Um, I got a new concealed carry, a SIG, P938 actually, and I really like to shoot
Ooh,
that.
okay.
So yeah, I like to go shooting in my free time. I also like, well, it's summer now, so I can't really do it, but I like to go snowboarding. But let's see, wakeboarding. I love listening to music. I like skydiving. You know, ride my motorcycle. All the things that are like super exciting and thrill-seeking activity. That's
Motorcycle. Nidus
Yeah,
rides a motorcycle?
I have a
What?
motorcycle. I got a Kawasaki
Oh
Ninja.
man. And it's a crotch rocket?
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is never before leaked information, y'all. I'm telling you, this is never before leaked information. Leah Letson has a crotch rocket, y'all. Like
Yes, I
I
do.
can't believe this. So, what's on you? Who's your favorite music artist right now? You said you like to listen to music. Who are you listening to right now?
I have like the widest variety of music tastes in the world, I swear to God. So it depends on which genre we're talking about. I don't know. I like some Post Malone. I've been listening to him a lot lately. Cardi B.
Post Malone and Cardi B. Keep going.
But you know, I also like other kinds of music. So I really like Tom Petty and you know like Van Halen, Led Zeppelin. I'm like a huge classic rock fan because I was raised on classic rock. And you know,
Okay.
sometimes I even listen to people like Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, like the Monkees, the Beatles. You know, like I'm telling you, I got like the widest variety of music taste.
Hey, you never know what's coming out. What songs coming out of Leah's card, boy. I'm telling you.
Right. Like I can switch from like oldies to like classic rock to not really so much country, maybe like once in a great while if I'm in the right mood. But but like rap, hip hop, pop, rock, hard rock. I mean, I like
Well, what do
Breaking
you listen to?
Benjamin. Stuff like that.
What do you listen to when you train? When you're working out and you need that extra pump, what do you listen to?
So let's see. I've been listening to a lot of rap lately when I'm working out, but I also sometimes put on some Tom Petty radio on Pandora and I work out to that. So you know, it just depends on my mood.
So okay, so once again, y'all, we know she can't leak anything about her fight. But what about the walkout song? I know that's crossed your mind. It's had to have crossed your mind.
Oh yeah. So my walkout song is "Phenomenal" by Eminem. That's been my
Okay, so you're
walkout
gonna.
song for the past few fights. So
Yeah, that's what I thought. About said that was your walkout song in Invictus. So you're gonna keep it the same.
yeah, yep, that's my song. I hear that come on my headphones when I'm running, and it's just like, oh, it's so motivating.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good song. That's a really good song. Okay, so this is my last and final question for you, Leah, and then we're gonna let you go. We know you're gonna get you some rest. It's getting late. You work hard every day,
Mhm.
but if you was to get when you get into the UFC, and you make this huge impact like everybody is expecting you. And not trying to put pressure on you, but everybody's like, Leah Letson's going to be great when she gets in here. So when you come in and you make this huge impact and you get that title shot, and you're fighting in the UFC, and your life is changed. Your life is going to change. You're going to be in front of the camera. There's going to be a lot of attention, especially in the featherweight division. The next next person to challenge Cyborg. Are you ready for all of this, for your life to change? Because it's going to be a lot different.
I'd like to think I am. I've been thinking about it a lot. Like ever since I got signed to the UFC, like I'm just like one or life completely changing, right? And so I've been trying to like prepare myself for it. I mean, I guess you can't really prepare yourself for it until it actually happens. But like,
right.
I've been thinking about what my life is going to be like with the cameras around me all the time and like just being famous. And I'm like super excited for it. I think it'll be really, really cool. And I mean, I have really good friends and family and stuff that'll keep me grounded. So like, I'm not worried about that at all, And plus I'm still in the military. So like, as famous as I can get, like I still have to go on drill weekends and say yes sir, yes ma'am to people. It's gonna keep me humble. So, like, yeah. I think I'm ready for it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, why not? But it's gonna be different. I mean, it's gonna be. They're gonna put you in there, Leah, and I'm telling you, I am so excited to see you get in there because I've been watching you for a while. Like, the real WMMA fans, like, we don't just watch Bellator and Invicta and UFC. We watch all these, we try to catch all these smaller promotions, you know what I'm saying? And before you made your UFC debut, I had seen the fight that you had, your Invicta debut. I had seen your previous fight because I had seen someone else talking about you. And so ever since then, I'm like, all right, this Leah Letson chick is really, really good. She's good. You know what I'm saying? And then you get the short notice call in Invicta, and you get the head kick that sent someone's head into orbit. And now you're signed to the UFC. So, I mean, you got some momentum behind you. A lot of people anticipating you coming in. So, it's gonna make for an exciting division, and everybody's ready.
That's awesome to hear. I can't wait to like show you guys. I have so many more tools in my toolbox than the last time you saw me fight, and I just can't wait to show them. Can't wait to display them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Anything you want to say? Anybody you want to shout out? You want to give a thanks to?
Yeah, for sure. First and foremost, I want to thank my coaches, Jake Clibb, Zach Otto, Nick Trost, Solo Acosta, Nick Belegas, and Ben Tomes. I also want to thank my sponsors, Ancient Nutrition, Precision Pattern Company, Christopher and DeLeon Law Office, and Aromatic Blessings. You guys are awesome. You guys helped me financially, and I couldn't do this without you guys.
Absolutely. So what's the gym you train at? Your home gym?
Pure Vita MMA in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Absolutely, guys. So you guys make sure y'all go check that out. You guys go follow Pure Vita MMA. You go follow Leah Letson on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. She's everywhere. So you make sure you guys tune in when she gets her fight, because I know I'm going to be tuned in. My eyes are going to be glued to the television. So that's it. But guys, we did it. Letson's here. She's been here. She's answered a lot of questions. She's let us know what's going on with her, and she's also let us know what she thinks about some of this drama and all this mess going on right now in the UFC. And we're glad that you were able to stop by. I hate that my co-host couldn't be here to get in on this, but we really appreciate you coming in, Leah, and we really do appreciate. And we got to have you back again, of course.
I mean, of course.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna let Leah go get some rest because she's tired. She's been training, and I'm not trying to get punched in the face. So, good night, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right.